We are about to make a delicious pumpkin coffee cake with a cheesecake layer that's swirled in. It's delicious. It has the streusel topping. It has everything you want and even more. It's really delicious and I think you're gonna love it. Let's make it. So if you're not used to a coffee cake, as we are here in the States, a coffee cake is something we usually have maybe for breakfast. It's pretty much just a cake. Or with coffee, if you're gonna have a snack time or a break time. Growing up on the farm, my dad and my grandpa always took break at 10 or 10:30 in the morning. Sometimes we'd have coffee cake with something to drink, coffee. Sometimes it was another type of snack, but this is a great one for autumn. It's gonna be a pumpkin coffee cake with a cheesecake swirl. You know what? It has a few ingredients, but it goes together pretty easy in one bowl, and that's what's great. So we're gonna start with our wet ingredients, which you don't think of sugar as a wet ingredients, but it is. So I have some brown sugar. I'm just gonna lay everything in the bowl. Some brown sugar, some white sugar, and the reason we use two different sugars is the brown sugar has some flavor. It adds a little bit more of those caramely molasses notes, and it acts a little bit differently, but I like to offset it with the white sugar. Then we're gonna add the star of the show here, pumpkin. Now, you can make your own pumpkin puree at home. You can even use a squash if you want to. Like if you happen to grow a lot of something that did really well, like a butternut, you can use that. That was gonna be just as good. You just wanna make sure you cook it correctly, make sure it's not too wet. If some of them are, you can drain them slightly, and then puree them if you wanna use a homemade one. And then with that, we're gonna do a couple eggs. You know, this is really simple, and what I like to show is, you know, there are certain recipes that do really well when we have a big mixing bowl and you use an electric mixer. This doesn't need to be one of those. This is a pretty simple all-in-one bowl, almost like a snack cake would be. So we have our eggs in there. Isn't this beautiful? And then we have some oil. And oil, we know with pumpkin, is what really helps make it even more moist and just stay beautiful. So we're gonna put the oil right in and then just whisk it all together. So I just break up those two yolks slightly. And then the reason it's wet is once you start mixing those sugars in, they become a wet ingredients. And you can see how quickly and beautifully this really just becomes that look. Once that's fully whisked, if you're like me and you forgot to put the vanilla in, this is a good time to put the vanilla in. Otherwise, I just put it in with the wet ingredients. Vanilla, I think, is super important. We're adding spices that will have a lot of flavor, but the vanilla is really gonna help bring out all those spices too and just add that sweet undertone. I mean, this is a coffee cake, which is a cake masquerading as something you can have earlier in the day. That's exactly what you want. So now for the dry ingredients, I'll just set my whisk out, and it's really gonna be dump and go again. So we have flour, all-purpose flour, that we'll put right on top. We of course need some salt. Salt is what offsets and brings out more flavor. Salt is a seasoning that brings out flavor, and that's important. Some baking soda, gonna put that right on top. And then the spices, which we all know are important. So I have cinnamon, I have ground ginger, and I have some clove. Now, I know some people are adverse to certain things, like they think, oh, I don't like clove, or I don't like nutmeg. I think when they work together, especially with pumpkin, it gives you that iconic fall pumpkin flavor, and it's important. Now, I use fresh nutmeg only because nutmeg can go bad really quickly. So if you can just freshly grind it like this with a little grater into your mixture, it has so much better flavor than something that's just been sitting in a jar for way too long. It smells so good. I love that. So now we just wanna whisk that together, the dry ingredients right into those wet ingredients, and it will be kind of a stiff dough here when we're done, and that's okay. So at first I start with a whisk, and you can see I just bring it up kind of through the tines of the whisk. I don't know if you've heard a lot, but I feel like there's always a lot of talk how you don't want to over mix once your dry ingredients are in there. That's super true. You don't want to. That's what, when you're doing anything, can really create something tough and be not that good. So you can see I still have a few little lumps. That's okay. I'm gonna actually take my whisk, clean it off just slightly, and I'm gonna take my spatula and just finish off with that. Make sure everything is somewhat incorporated, and even go to the bottom of the bowl. Look how perfect that looks. So once that's mixed together, I just have a prepared baking dish, and it's just greased, ready to go into the oven. And I'm gonna pour this all right in there. So I did mention this is gonna have a swirl of cheesecake, and we'll do that separately. So first what we wanna do is put this batter. Really, this is very similar to a pumpkin muffin, to a pumpkin bread. It's somewhat the same. You know, it's one of those things where we get so used to things in the fall, but yet we still crave them in the fall, and that's what this is. It gives you those spices and gives you that warmth and that sweetness, and it's just a delicious moist cake too. So I'm spreading it out somewhat evenly. Not perfectly, but guess what? Nothing has to be perfect. Home-baked goods, that's the point. If they're a little bit rustic, they don't have to be perfect. So we're gonna just spread this out imperfectly. Gonna leave the spatula there because I'll probably use that again. And now we have a bowl that had my flour in it. I'm just using the same bowl. And what I'm gonna put first is some cream cheese that I have at room temperature, but I wanna make sure it is softened and nice and pliable. So I'm gonna start by just, as you can see, pushing it around, and you can see how easily it is to work. This is just making sure that I can easily work it in with the other ingredients, because if it's too hard, or if it's too stiff, or if it's cold, it wouldn't work in. So once I have this kind of just roughly mixed, which you can see is not too hard to start stirring it, getting it more soft, more pliable, we can work this into a quick, it's like a cream cheese and it's like a cheesecake, but it's not fully a cheesecake. It just has some of those elements of what we need to work it into them. So I have that ready to go. And now to this, we're gonna add a little bit of sugar. Not a lot of sugar, we have sweetness in there, but we need a little bit more in here, and this will also help make it a little bit more soft. We need some vanilla. Vanilla's super important. Again, just like it does in the cheesecake, it's gonna add the flavor, make it just like it does in the actual cake. It's gonna add a little bit of flavor to the cheesecake, make it more delicious. A little egg yolk. And when I say a little, I mean one. Not a little amount, just a small, beautiful egg yolk. You don't need the egg white because we don't need that much moisture. Now what we're gonna do is just work this together, which at first will seem a little hard, but then once you get the sugar worked in, it becomes soft. Once this is all mixed and smooth, you can see it just looks like a thicker cheesecake mixture. And we already have our batter done, so just make sure it's smoothed out again. Once it is, get all of it on there. And then we're gonna take and make dollops of this all over. That's really all it is. And I know it sounds a little weird, but you'll see what we're gonna do then to swirl them in. So you make your dollops, and if they're not perfect, guess what? That doesn't matter. Once they go into it, once it bakes, no one's gonna know. And this is where the non-magic, we don't need to call it magic, but the non-magic happens, because what we're doing is just making it so these will be evenly uneven. You don't want it perfect, because that's the point. Swirls aren't perfect. They have this quality that makes them imperfect, and yet in the end, when everyone gets a bite, you're like, that's perfect. And that's what this coffee cake is all about. Being almost like that imperfectly perfect thing. Now, I'm someone that's a stickler. You know this, you follow me. I get all of it out. I know it's quicker for like actual shows when they're on maybe TV to like not do this and show this, but guess what? This is my show here and I can do that. So I like to make sure I get all of it out. I am taking then a table knife, not only to scrape off my spatula, but this is what's gonna help me create those swirls. So I'm just gonna go in straight down and start going through the batter and the cheesecake. Now this is gonna take a little bit, and you wanna be rougher with it than you think, and don't be scared that it's looking ugly. The uglier it is, the better it will be in the end. So we're gonna keep doing this until it's somewhat mixed in. So does it look scary yet? Good, that's the point here. It's just somewhat mixed, and then as it bakes, it makes it kind of just be more homogeneous, but still give a little bit of definition between all those different things. So it's almost ready to put in. And we could put it in at this point, but we're going one step further. It's fall. We get fall once a year. Let's enjoy it. So I have in here a little bit of streusel topping beginnings. We have flour, brown sugar, and cinnamon. We're gonna mix that together just till it's combined. And this way, when you do it by hand, you can make sure the brown sugar is actually breaking down, because sometimes you get those bits in there. And when you're mixing it, make sure that cinnamon gets worked in instantly. So this is a really quick streusel. This isn't one with oats in it. This isn't like one of those. This is just one that you're gonna mix together with some butter. So I have the butter cubed, and you can see I'm just gonna put it in there and just do a really quick kind of toss of them. And yeah, I picked a small bowl, okay? Welcome to my kitchen where I picked too small bowls. It's a reoccurring theme. But now I'm just gonna pick them up, and you'll see that I'm just mixing it by pushing it together, kind of like a pastry, but we're gonna take it a little bit further until it's well mixed and it's becoming kind of sandy. So you can see once it's mixed up, it's a lot more sandy, and it just holds together slightly. That's what you want. So it's kind of like one of those crackly streusel toppings. So we're gonna just put it right over top. This is, to me, that like really homey, if you wanna break out the good stuff, if you're gonna have people over or take something somewhere as like housewarming or just getting together with friends, this is what you do. I don't know. I'm not someone that goes out a lot at night. Instead, I like to have people over or get together in the mornings, during the day. I think that's fun. And I actually love it when it can be something like this for breakfast. So I think we need to normalize breakfast gatherings, maybe make it more brunch so you can sleep in a bit. And this is one of those great things you can have that is gonna make everyone happy, whether it's kids, whether it's adults. It's seasonal, but just delicious. So we're gonna put this right into an oven. We're gonna bake it till it's puffed and beautiful. and then we're gonna eat it. That's the best part. So this baked, it's still pretty hot, but honestly, I don't really care. I wanna try it. And the thing is, you can see it puffs up, it gets golden, it gets toasted on top. It's exactly what you want. And this is the best part, you guys, when you serve it. I think what's great about a coffee cake is, and especially one like a pumpkin cake, that oil in there keeps it really moist. So this will keep it room temperature for definitely a few days in an airtight container, but if you're from my family, or you're from the Midwest, you put it in the freezer. We put everything in the freezer the instant we don't finish it all if it's not finished, because it keeps it fresh and you just thaw it out. But the first one's always a little hard to get out. So let's just see here how it, look at that moist cake. It's like, it just looks delicious. It smells delicious. You get the cheesecake layer. It just looks good. And that's what I want. You know, this is designed, just like every pumpkin bread, pumpkin loaf, whatever it is, to be moist. And that's what you want. You want that moisture because it keeps it always really delectable and really edible, which I think is important. So at the hope of not burning my mouth, I'm gonna go ahead. This is good. It's like your favorite pumpkin bar, but turned up a notch. You get some of that cheesecake. You get the crusty, beautiful streusel that gets crackly on top. Super moist pumpkin bread type cake. It's delicious. It's great to be a coffee cake. It's great to be a dessert if you want it to, but let's be honest, why not have it for a snack or for breakfast like coffee cake is intended? So what do I hope you do with this? I hope you make it. I hope it maybe brings people together, whether it's your family, your friends, whoever it needs to be, to enjoy something delicious, because that's the point of good food. I hope you share this video around, because even if it's not for you, it may be for someone that is really excited to see this and wants to make it. Because guess what? If I can do it, anybody can do it. Check my website, wiseguy.com, for this recipe, all my other recipes. And until next time, I'm gonna be finishing this piece and maybe eating the rest.